Now I'm going to talk about how the settings on VRay can affect the speed of your grass rendering. So here I have a simple scene with a ground plane. I'm going to put Autograss on the ground plane. So I go to the VRay primitives, hit Autograss, and I have the default VRay settings right now. If I hit render, we can see that it renders, but it's not really fast. It's going to take about 2.5 minutes to render. I'm just going to cancel it because there's some settings that we can adjust to make it faster. So let's go to the VRay Settings panel here. Click on VRay. The first thing that I'm going to change is the image sampler for anti-aliasing. I'm going to change it from adaptive subdivision to adaptive DMC. Hit render. Now right away this is going to make it a little bit faster. This one's going to take about 2 minutes to render the whole thing. And in some parts the grass actually looks a little bit better. So usually you'd want to use the adaptive DMC settings there. Just going to cancel that because we don't need to wait for that. The next thing I'm going to adjust is I'm going to change the VRay maximum subdivisions. I'm actually going to change them to be 16 instead of 4. Now that might be a little counterintuitive. It sounds like higher samples should take longer to render, but there's actually some kind of a sweet spot in there, and I'm finding that around 16 samples actually renders faster. And this whole frame will take about 90 seconds to render, which is quite a bit lower than our original 2.5 minutes. I'm just going to cancel that. If you're doing a lot of iterations of lighting or adjusting things, then you might want to have even faster renderings at a lower quality. So you can go to the VRay Settings tab here and adjust the noise threshold. Instead of the default 0.01, you can put 0.05. And when you render with these settings, the whole thing actually renders really fast. But you can see it's a little bit noisier, so this isn't your final quality rendering. So you can adjust your lighting and set up your scene and all that, and when you're finished with it and you like what you have, then you can bring that back down to 0.01 and then get a nice high quality render. Next I'm going to talk about some Autograss settings and how they affect the speed of the render as well.